Hey everyone, it's Naomi. Today's Pick a Card reading is all about answering the question, what's next in your finances? So in this reading, we're going to find out what's next for you in the money department, what you can expect for the next chapter of your financial situation, and what positive things you can look forward to in general as it has to do with your resources, assets, and wealth. Remember, this is just a general reading, so simply take what resonates and leave what does not. These readings are always meant to empower you. Today's reading is timeless, which means that whenever it is that you come across this video, I ask that the messages be clear and meant for you to hear. And if you'd like to explore my podcast, my shop, or my e-courses, check out the links in my description. If you are new to Pick a Card readings, here's how it works. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to pick the pile that you are the most intuitively drawn to. So pile 1 here, we have the Labradorite crystal. Pile 2 here, we have the Lapis Lazuli crystal. Pile 3 here, we have the Selenite crystal. And pile 4 here, we have the clear quartz crystal. If you need more time, please pause the video, but when you're ready, go to the description of this video or the pinned comment and find the timestamp that is linked to your pile. Then you can skip ahead to your reading all about answering the question, what's next in your finances? I will see you on the inside. Hi Pile 1, welcome to your general reading. If you would like to explore my podcast, my shop, or e-courses, check out the links in my description. All of the decks from today's cards will be linked for you in the description as well. Now let's dive in. So the first card that I want to talk about here is the Knight of Swords. So with the Knight of Swords, I feel like you're going to be bringing in this energizing, ambitious, quick thinking, success-driven energy into the way that you bring your income in. This feels like you might be going on a quest of some sort, and I feel like you're going to be in the action-taking mode, getting things done, crossing things off of your to-do list so that you can work towards your ultimate goal, whatever that may be. And this is the energy of you feeling unstoppable. So the level of focus that you're going to have during this time is unmatched, Pile 1. You're going to be feeling very determined when it comes to taking action on what you're working towards financially. And I also feel like this energy of you being willing to ride into the challenge of your goals with full force. And I feel like you're going to be ready to take on any obstacles or challenges that you come across on your way to success. And I really feel like you're going to feel super connected to your purpose during this time. I also feel like with this card, the energy here feels very quick. So things in your finances could be picking up and progressing quickly. But I also feel like with this card, the energy is quick. So things in your finances could be picking up and progressing quickly. And I also feel like you're going to be in a place where it feels easier to communicate your feelings and express your creative ideas during this time as well. The next card that I want to talk about here is the Lay of the Land, and it says Ancestral Wisdom. I do definitely feel like there's going to be some sort of achievement or success or you reaching the summit or the peak of the mountain in some area of your life as it has to do with your finances. I also feel like this next phase of your financial life also includes you getting well acquainted with something or your environment. Think about a hiker who focuses on getting the lay of the land and figuring out where everything is located and whatnot, before continuing on their journey. Or, think about the new employee who needs to take the first several months of their new job to learn the lay of the land, right? Learn the lay of the land in the office. And some of you may find that this new financial chapter will bring you opportunities and chances to experience new things. And this is really going to be a time where you might find that you're focusing on being and staying well informed. Many of you are going to be traveling somewhere as well and getting comfortable and acclimated to your surroundings. And I feel like this comfortability is going to help you in the manifestation process of your financial goals, because when we're at peace, we're in a better place to magnetize and attract what we desire. We have the Crossing Bridges card here, and it says it's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. So when I look at this card, I feel like it represents you leaving the past in the past and moving into new horizons. I feel the energy of change here big time, and I feel like really good change is on the horizon for you, Pile 1. I'm seeing this as you welcoming in more abundance when you clear out the old that is no longer serving you. Okay, so like for example, if you had a grill, like a barbecue, and it stopped working and you bought another grill, would you save the old broken grill around like just to have it, or would you get rid of it and make room for the new grill to come in? It's the same with magnetizing and allowing more abundance into our lives. When our lives are cluttered and chaotic and messy, it's difficult to connect to the true abundance that we're seeking. And it's tough to allow it in if there's not much room for it because we're hanging on to old baggage. So the energy of forgiveness is strong here, Pile 1. I feel like you're going to be taking some time to reconcile things in your life and heal any unresolved wounds that still may exist beneath the surface. And if there are any bridges that need to be burned and that, if that resonates with you, then this could be a sign to do that too. All I know is that this stands for you moving on to bigger and better things in your life, in your finances, in your career, and this could also represent you helping others cross bridges in their lives too. The next card that we have here is Full Moon in Libra, Find a Balance. So I also feel like this is a time when you're going to be having more balance in your life, financially, within your home, with your relationships. Things are just going to be feeling a lot more harmonious during this time. And I also feel like this is going to be a time where you focus on marching to the beat of your own drum. You're not going to be living your life by the rules or the shoulds of others. And you're going to be like a free bird, just living, expressing, and soaring beyond the heights that you've never thought that you would be able to see. I really do feel like you're on the right path here, right? We have a pathway, we have a bridge. So I feel like you're right on track with something as it has to do with your finances. And yeah, I just feel like this is going to be an important time where you end up finding your own freedom and living life on your own terms. And I feel like you're going to be doing a lot of co-creating during this time as well. We have the Helpful People card here, and so I do feel like this is going to be a time where you end up meeting a lot of helpful people, a lot of unlikely friends in places that feel good to your soul. And I mean, I really feel like you guys are going to be doing some natural networking, like really getting to know others, bonding with them, and co-creating beautiful things together. So definitely keep an eye out and an open heart, my friends, because this feels like soul family to me in terms of energy. I feel like a lot of you are going to be making really important personal career connections during this time. That's going to both nourish your soul and take you really far in the future. So the next card that we have here is the Serpentine Crystal card. On the back, I'll just read it for you here because it's a little hard to see with how tiny the font is. But it says Serpentine. What is it? And it says a lime to kale green stone with a reptilian appearance. Serpentine's activating energy is like a deep exfoliation treatment for the spiritual self. Who needs it? Kundalini yogis, anyone in need of a fresh start. During meditation, hold serpentine in each hand and concentrate on circulating energy at the base of the spine to the crown of the head. When to use it? When it's time to let go of tired beliefs and get stuck energy unstuck. If serpentine arrives in your life, it's an invitation to rip off all proverbial band-aids and regroup. Hit the sauna, sweat it out, and release all lingering drama. Awaken your reptilian nature. We also have the Invite Help card here, and it says, invite the divine to pursue you. Seriously, just say, I'm finally ready. God, universe, angels, higher self, whatever it is that resonates with you, pursue me, right? So I do feel like this is going to be a time where either you're getting like a helping hand in your finances, or you're going to be asking for help. Maybe somebody's going to be loaning you something really important, or you're going to get a really nice start to invest in a really good opportunity for yourself and your loved ones. I would just stay open to the idea of having others support you and help you. And then we have the What's Unsaid card. So it says, when your friend says she's fine, you look for context to see what she really means. There might be an unspoken, I'm overwhelmed, or I'm scared, We're used to using body language and tone for context in our conversations with others. Do you examine your internal conversations for what is left unsaid? Your racing heart might lead you to the insight you've been missing. The thought you're not giving voice to might be exactly what you need to address. Get curious and seek context. There are gifts waiting in what's unspoken. Very cool. This also makes me wonder if there's like something that's been on your heart that you want to share, or like something like creatively that you want to express. I feel like this might be something that's really important when it comes to your finances, or being something that's like a worthwhile venture. So for any of you who that resonates with. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I want to pull some abundance cards for you. So let's pull an abundance affirmation for you. Okay, so it says, I am worthy of having anything I want. I am clearing the path to my dreams. Love that. So I am worthy of having anything I want. I am clearing the path to my dreams. And then I also want to get a book divination from this book. It's one of my favorite books, especially as it has to do with like abundance and finances. So it's called Thank and Grow Rich. It's a 30-day experiment in shameless gratitude and unabashed joy. This is by Pam Grout. So what additional information does pile 1 need to know? Okay. So it says, party game number 14, write a new story. Doubt the default. Adam Grant, professor at the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania. So this page right here reminds me that you can create any story that you want to in your life. You can rewrite your manuscript. You can rewrite your personal story. You can change your narrative to be one that is inspiring, one that's fun, one that's really playful, and just something that makes you really happy. So this is just your reminder that you do hold a lot of power in being able to like rewrite your story or kind of approach things in a new way. So remember your power, pile 1. I'll also have this book linked for you in the description as well as all of these other decks here that you see today. Okay, so let's find out any additional information that you might need to know for your highest and best good today. Pile 1, money path. So it says, a path with money is waiting for you to find it. We have teapot, deep friendship with someone of the same sex. We have caterpillar, things will not always be this way. A change is coming. And then we have stork, news of a birth or business opportunity. So with these cards, I think that we have all positive messages here. There's definitely a path that you're on or you're about to embark on that is going to lead you to more money. I think that it's amazing when we get these kind of cards in a finance reading. I also feel like this money path is going to lead you to a lot of freedom. I don't know if you just heard that, but there was like a rumbling of motorcycles that went by. And every time I see or hear motorcycles, I think about freedom and like why people even ride in the first place. It's to experience that feeling of just being free on the open road, you know, just being out there. So I do feel like whatever path that you're on, it's going to bring you a lot of freedom and abundance. And I think that, you know, abundance is not only about money, right? So I do feel like with this, you're still going to be developing deep friendships with people of the same sex, you know? It could be people of the opposite sex. I don't really like, I just would say stay open to friendships in general. And then we have, you know, if anything's been tough for you, right? Things will not always be that way because there's a news of a new birth or a business opportunity. So those are really amazing things, pile 1. So thank you so much, pile 1. Please give this video a like if it resonated, comment below with what pile you chose, and subscribe if you haven't already. I noticed that there's still a ton of you out there who are watching who have not subscribed yet, and I'd love to have you as a part of this community. Thank you, take care of yourself, and I hope to see you back on the next video. Bye everyone. Hi pile 2, welcome to your general reading. If you'd like to explore my podcast, my shop, or e-courses, please check out the links in my description. All of the decks from today's cards will also be linked for you in the description as well. Now let's dive in. Okay, so the first card that I want to talk about here is the Ten of Pentacles. So with the Ten of Pentacles here, pile two, what's next for you in your finances is a time of wealth and financial security. So with the Ten of Pentacles here, I feel like you're going to be putting down roots financially in some way and creating stability and prosperity in the long run. This is representative of you building the strong financial foundations that will support you and your loved ones in the future. I do feel like you're building comfort here, pile two. And I also feel like you're going to come into an abundance of money or resources in some way during this time as well, because the Ten of Pentacles represents things like affluence, a windfall of money and being surrounded by wealth. So you can look forward to experiencing long-term success when it comes to your finances, because I feel like you're not the type to go after like get rich quick schemes, and you're more likely to invest in what will last in the long run. So this could represent you achieving a great deal of success, maybe achieving something big or reaching a new goal in terms of your finances. So this represents you reaching a point of completion. Your hard work and dedication are about to pay off well. Maybe you've engaged in smart financial investments, or maybe you've worked on saving, or maybe you've worked on earning, more income each month. Either way, I feel like this is you setting yourself up for a sustainable future. And I also feel like there's going to be many of you who also focus on family and community and generational connections as well during this time. And I do feel like you're also going to be able to share with those around you as well. So this is the energy of you being able to provide in multiple capacities. And the next card that I want to talk about here is the Eye of the Needle, and it says intentionality. If just looking at the numerology here, this would be an 8, and 8s signal abundance and personal power, and 8s look like the infinity sign, right? So infinite potential. But really, I feel like you're going to be taking a major inventory of your life during this time, and you're going to be getting a rush of insight and clarity and wisdom, kind of like these big, like, aha, epiphany moments. And I do feel like you're going to be reevaluating things like your passion and your relationships and anything else that is related to what you value or prioritize in life. And I do feel like the more focused and intentional that you get, the more that you have to let go of the things that are weighing you down and holding you back from achieving your highest potential. So with this level of intentionality and focus in your life, I feel like it'll bring you new opportunities and abundance and a wealth of things that will light your soul up. And sometimes it's sad that we can't take everyone or everything from our past into our future with us, but we're all on our own journeys, and it would be wild to hold your story back for the sake of another's. So you only get one life. I think that you're going to be letting go of the people, places, and things that don't serve you and your highest good. I really think this time of your life is going to be a time where your discernment is at an all-time high. And I also feel like this is the time where you're going to stay true to yourself unapologetically. The next card that I want to talk about here is the Miracles card. So with this card, I really love getting it because it means that a miracle is right around the corner for you, and big things are about to occur in your life. And I feel like things are going to turn out a lot brighter and better than you could have ever imagined. So you're being asked to trust that things will turn out beautifully. Your job right now is to stay present in the moment, stay in gratitude for what you do have available to you, and know that you have so many beautiful resources available inside of you, and you can get to where you want to go in life. So this is really your card to let go of any worries or fears that you have, and go ahead and trust that there is something good waiting for you around the corner. Remind yourself that you have to keep walking, you have to keep moving forward, you have to keep taking action on your own behalf, And they do say that the luckiest people are those who believe that they are lucky. And I love to do this as a manifestation game with myself for fun. So, like, for example, I proclaim that I'm such a lucky human being, and today was the day that just went way better than I could have ever expected. I say, these people helped me, and then I got this done, and then I was given a discount here, and then I was given a gift there, right? So you catch my drift here. with the guidebook for this card, this deck, the book says what is expected tends to realize. So, if you expect miracles and you expect to have a good day, then you'll have a better chance of all of that happening if you actually believe that it can happen. You know what I mean? So manifestation has a lot to do with deciding within yourself on things, right? So like, for example, saying, I get to have a good day today, or I get to have financial security on a monthly basis, right? So the more fun you have with it, the better. And the next card that I want to talk about here is the full moon in Aries, and it says, cool your emotions. Ooh, pile 2. Okay, so we have another message here that reminds us to let go, release, and move on from the things that are no longer in service to us and our highest good. So when we harbor old hurt and resentment and feelings about unresolved and complicated things, it can really muck up the water when it comes to allowing our manifestations to flow in more easily. So it could be a good time to ask yourself, who or what experience needs more forgiveness or healing around it, pile 2? Who or what still triggers you and why? And, what would the child within you say about it, right? So what would you tell your inner child about how not only that you survived, but, that you thrived in life? When we work on cooling and mastering our emotions, we can really master the art of manifesting with ease and joy and fun. And I think that it's really cool that we have the If You Believe card here, because this is another reminder that we need to actually believe that we can have our desires in the first place before they manifest. So there's really nothing out there written in the sky that says that we can't have, X, Y, and Z because of this and that. No, really, like anything is possible, pile 2. And it really all starts with a belief. So this card could come as a reminder to have a little more faith in yourself and where you're headed. Deep down, there is such a level of talent and skill and greatness within you. And there are so many places that you have yet to visit, or, places that you haven't been yet where your soul belongs. So really, pile 2, if your world doesn't allow you to dream, move to one that does, right? Go to one that does, visit one that does. And I'm not only talking about like external travel, right? Like we can embody a lot of things within us that can take us a lot farther than like external travel can, or like money can, right? Like if you have like resilience within you, for example, that's something that like can't be bought, right? It can only be taught. So you need to start perceiving yourself as someone who deserves great things. This is really a reminder to believe in yourself, pile 2. The next card that we have here is the Larimar crystal. I'll read the back for you because the font is a little small and it might be hard for you to see. Okay, so Larimar, what is it? Sea foam tone Larimar is a volcanic blue mineral only found in the Dominican Republic. Its energy is like a spiritual snow cone for the seething and the sweltering. Who needs it? The hot-tempered or any Aries? That's super funny because we got Aries energy here, so I just think it's really interesting that like one thing that could help cool your emotions is to work with the Larimar crystal to help to kind of, cool your emotions. If you feel like you've been seething, right, or upset, or if you feel like you've been like hot-tempered, right? And it says where to put it. When you're super agitated, stop, drop, hold Larimar in your left hand and commence cooling breathing. Stick out your rolled tongue and slowly inhale, and exhale like you're sucking through a straw. It says when to use it: when you feel like all of the world's problems are suddenly just your problem. When anger stands between you and the formation of articulate sentences, remember, chill is a choice. Ride the cool breeze with Larimar. And it says slow your roll. I think that it's really interesting because like for some other piles, like a lot of the message was like, take action, take that first step, keep going. And of course you want to do the same thing, but it looks like with your pile, you're being asked to approach it in a lot more of like a calm, cool, and collected like way. Like I really think that the more ease and the more relaxation and rest that you have in your life, the more that you're going to be able to receive, right? With the receiving card here, it says, every day it becomes easier to receive the highest divine plan and to trust my inner guidance. So I really do feel like You're going to be receiving financial blessings. You're going to be receiving an abundance, in other areas of your life. This could be good health. This could be harmonious relationships. This could be an abundance of spiritual wealth, right? Or emotional well-being. It could just look like so many different things, but I feel a lot of warmth coming from the sun. I feel like you're going to have a lot of space in your life. You're going to have a lot more room to like breathe and like stretch your arms out and like, stretch your legs out and relax. And yeah, I just sense that there's this whole energy of like having a lot of freedom. And that's super exciting because financial freedom is like one of the best types of freedom. I mean, there's other types of freedom, like freedom of time and space. That's huge. So yeah, I think that you are on a really good track, pile 2. We also have the examine your gut card. So it says, your gut, your heart, your intuition. Call it whatever you like, just make sure that you're checking in with it. Get to know the feeling of your gut trying to speak up. Become aware of the sensations that signal a need to pause and listen. There's grounding wisdom waiting for you. Your heart may not have all the answers, but it will lovingly guide you back into conversation with yourself. What message is waiting for you today? Yeah, so what message is your intuition or your gut or your heart trying to get to you? And that's just a question that we can reflect on. Yeah, I do feel like there's this like divine feminine, like really natural, easy, like intuitive flow that's going to happen for you as it has to do with your finances. And I just really think that all you have to do is enjoy and open yourself up to receive and open yourself up to the idea that things could happen better than you could have ever expected. And yeah. Okay, so I want to pull some abundance affirmation cards for you. So let's find out what is pile 2's abundance affirmation. What is pile 2's abundance affirmation? Okay, so your abundance affirmation says, I release all doubt and welcome abundance. Right, that's so interesting because so a lot of it was like you have to believe it, right? You have to believe that you can actually have good things. And so I think it's really cool that you got the I release doubt and welcome abundance card. The next thing that I want to do is I want to pull some tea leaf cards for you, tea leaf fortune cards. So what else does pile 2 need to know for their highest and best good? We have cobweb, protected from negative forces beyond your control. We have needle and thread, a sincere wish will be granted. We have beetle, good fortune, and then we have dark woman, dealings or relationship with a woman with dark complexion or hair. Okay, and then the next thing that I want to do for you here is I want to pull a book divination from one of my favorite books about abundance and finances and that kind of stuff. So Think and Grow Rich, I'll have this linked for you in the description, and then you can check it out. Okay, so what else does pile 2 need to know for their highest and best good? Okay, I really like this. Okay, so it says, every day we walk by the most remarkable things that when we're open, alert, and looking for our gifts can make our knees buckle. The firebush turning sunset red, the ants marching crumbs of a sandwich to the crack in the sidewalk that leads to their colony, the mourning dove that makes her nest in the outdoor flower pot. It's like inhaling God, right? Or substitute that for the universe, your higher self, like whatever it is that resonates with you. But yeah, I think it's just a message to enjoy the little things, take pleasure in life's beautiful moments, even if they're small moments, and you'll find that your whole life is blessed and prosperous and it feels good, right? I really do feel like you're going to be at peace in terms of your finances, pile 2. So yeah, it's super exciting. So thank you, pile 2. I do hope that this reading resonated with you. Please give this video a like if it did. Comment below with what pile you chose and subscribe if you haven't already. I noticed that there's still a ton of you out there who are watching who have not subscribed yet, and I would love to have you as a part of this community. So thank you, take care of yourself, and I hope to see you on the next video. Bye, pile 2. Hi, pile 3. Welcome to your general reading. If you'd like to explore my podcast, shop, or e-courses, check out the links in my description. All of the decks from today's cards will also be linked for you in the description as well. Now let's dive in. Okay, so pile 3. The first card that I want to talk about here is the Star. And I just want to show you up close. This is one of my favorite decks. This is the Alice in Wonderland deck, and I just think that this is a beautiful card. Like a beautiful illustration for the star card and the meaning of the star. The first thing actually I want to talk about, what I noticed with your pile is there's a lot of like green and purple in your, as far as your colors go. And so with green is the color of your heart chakra. So I do see a lot of like heart chakra healing. I see like your heart opening up to receiving abundance, opening up to love. And I do feel like also it's just this, I don't know, green also always reminds me of just like being out in nature, being like, you know, near the mountains. So I do feel like you're going to like solidify and strengthen your finances as well. And yeah, I feel like, I don't know if some of you are, like to work with the moon or like to look at the moon, but we do have like a lot of like moon energy here as well. So this could also just point out that maybe this approach to receiving more abundance, receiving more finances could be one that's more in the divine feminine, one that's more receptive, one that's more in flow. So yeah. So with the star here, pile 3, I see you reaching a financial goal. So I also see like a renewal of your finances coming up for you. And this is the energy of you receiving blessings in some way. So hope and inspiration and positivity are themes that are surrounding what's next for you in your finances. You know, if you've been through a tough time financially, just know that this represents the rainbow that appears after the storm. So this is a moment of peace and calm and respite for you. You're going to be feeling a lot more strong and brave and courageous during this time, as it has to do with your money. And I feel like you weathered previous storms and now you've made it to the other side of it with your resilience being stronger than ever. So this really represents a period of healing, as it has to do with your financial situation. And maybe you're finally able to pay off old debt or student loans, or maybe you're focusing on saving. Those are just a few examples. But yeah, this is your reminder to keep going, keep holding the faith, keep believing in the legitimacy of your success. Because, you know, some of you here can look forward to receiving a new job or a new promotion with this card if that resonates. And I really do feel like you're going to be in this wonderful energy of gratitude during this time. And I also really think that it's going to take you very far, as it has to do with your money and your finances. The next card that I want to talk about here is Moon Maiden, and it says New Beginnings. So we have the number 41. So thinking about the numerology here, that's a 5. And with 5 comes change, right? Divine change, divine intervention. And you just like trusting and going with the flow that everything is happening for your highest and best good. Right? So you can definitely look forward to new beginnings in your financial life, pile 3. I think that this is really amazing because the star card that we just spoke about confirms this as well. And, you know, new opportunities are coming your way for sure. So I feel like these new opportunities are very prosperous as well. So I'm curious, is there anything that you've been wanting to express that you've held behind the scenes? And really, what's been on your heart that wants to be shared? Because I feel like it's your time to step into the limelight in some area of your life. You know, I'm really feeling like it's your turn now, pile 3. It's time to let yourself be seen. It's time to put yourself out there into the world. And this is going to be a beautiful time for you where you will surprise others with this growth that has happened with you, you know, within and without. And you're going to be feeling a lot more radiant during this time. I really feel like this energy feels light and happy here. And I also feel like you're going to just feel a lot more happy and comfortable with trusting your intuition and your curiosity as well. So yeah, I do think that this represents you following your own calling and really doing what your heart and soul is drawn to. With the Infinite Abundance card here, it says abundance is pouring into your life. So when I look at this card, I really do feel like not only are you going to feel like you have an abundance of resources, but I also feel like you're going to feel like you have an abundance of support, because with this card, we can see that there are a bunch of people helping each other to harvest the apples or the fruit that's on the tree. And, everybody has a different role, everybody has a different job, but they're all very important and integral players as it has to do with collecting and receiving this abundance. So you could be working with other people, you could be feeling like you're very supported by other people during this time. Either way, you're being asked to trust it. But I also feel like this card is another confirmation that new abundant beginnings are going to be happening for you during this time of your finances. I really do feel like you are going to find yourself in a position where you have everything you need. Food, transportation, loving relationships, artistic expression, and so much more, right? So this is really the opposite of scarcity, right? This is pure abundance. And I also feel like you're going to feel abundance in more than one area of your life. So again, maybe that's finances, relationships, career, personal talents and skills. I just really feel like you're going to be pleasantly surprised, pile 3. So get ready for some really good things coming your way. Okay, and then the next card that we have here is the first quarter moon in Virgo, and it says assess the situation. I think it's really cool that we have Virgo and then we have the maiden, because Virgo is also known as like the maiden that symbolizes like purity. So I do think like maybe you're going to be bringing this like pure, like feminine, like kind of like maiden archetype like energy. Definitely look into like the maiden archetype if you're into like archetypes or personality types and stuff like that. The maiden, the crone, something like that, right? So definitely look into archetypes if you're interested in that. I'm really feeling like there's like maiden archetype energy here, but I really do feel like this next phase of your finances is going to involve you taking inventory of where you're investing your time and energy. So who or what are you pouring your energy into that isn't serving your highest and best good? Because I do feel like there's a big emphasis on you using your mind and mental energy during this time, pile 3. Virgo is ruled by the planet Mercury, which is the planet of thinking, communication, your communication style, and how you express yourself. So this could all be upcoming themes for you during this time as it has to do with your finances. I feel like you're going to be bringing in an analytical and a systematic approach to the way that you earn money during this time as well. Reordering and restructuring things is what I'm hearing. And I also feel like there's an energy of you speaking up for yourself or self-advocating for yourself in some way. So like, for example, asking for that raise or promotion that you deserve, or setting boundaries at work and telling your boss that you can't work overtime because you have a commitment to being with your children, whatever it is that applies to your situation. But yeah, I do think that this is the energy of you operating by your own operating manual and not by what the crowd or family members or anyone else thinks is right for you. The next card that I want to talk about here is Ask Your Angels. So when I see this card, I feel like it comes as a reminder that your angels are always with you. They're supporting you, they're guiding you, they're looking out for your well-being. And, we have free will, so we do need to actually ask for help when we really do need it, right? Like from your angels, guides, universe, God, ancestors, higher self, whatever it is that resonates most with you. But there's really no wrong way to ask for help. You can say it out loud, you can say it in your mind, you can write it down. But the main thing is that you actually ask for help and support where you need it the most. I've done this where I've been in a pinch in my life and I've asked the universe to please help support me in X, Y, and Z specifically. And me focusing on keeping my mind empowered and focusing on, miraculous things occurring in my life has created the most magical support for me. Both unexpected and unexplained blessings came to me. So trust when I say that I am a very logical and rational person as well. So I never really truly believe that I could like ask for support and get it until I actually tried it, right? Until I actually experimented with it. So yeah, definitely have fun with this. Have fun with the process, make it a game, right? Like a manifestation game, because the more fun that you have with it and the better you feel, the better that you'll attract and magnetize and allow abundant blessings to flow into your life. So yeah, the next card that we have here is the Tibetan Black Quartz, and I will read you what's on the back of the card because the font is a bit small and hard to read. Okay, so Tibetan Black Quartz, what is it? The black in Tibetan black quartz references the storm-like burst of an inky material often found inside the stone. The Tibetan references the crystal's Himalayan origins. Tibetan black quartz reminds those on the spiritual path to non-judgmentally ask, could I even be clearer right now? Who needs it? Metaphysicists, occultists, tantrists, Sagittarians. Where to put it? Wherever you are looking to elevate the vibe, operate on a higher plane, and explore the vastness of your human consciousness. When to use it? When you're chasing enlightenment on the meditation cushion, when you're pulling tarot cards. And it says, light up your spiritual path. Interesting. So I really feel like this represents you having spiritual abundance as well. And if that doesn't make sense, I would Google it because you'd be surprised. Like there's more than one type of abundance, right? So the next card that I want to talk about here is sanctity. So it says, through offering, even the most mundane problem can be a sacrament. So when I see this card, I really think about the word, meaning sacred and meaning something like purity and having faith, right? So I think that these could all be themes for you as it has to do with your finances. And I really do think that maybe you're going to be doing a little bit of like money mentality work, right? Like a money mindset work. I do think that you are going to see finances and money as something that supports you, something that's like a friend. And you're going to have this like, right? Like, have you ever heard like sanctity of our relationship or the sanctity of our marriage? So it's going to feel like just a very sacred relationship, one that feels very supportive. And that's something that's really exciting to look forward to. And then the next card that we have here is you have what it takes. So it says, you have what it takes. You have lived through whirlwind years. You have had moments where you thought you couldn't keep going and somehow you're still here. Your story isn't quite like anyone else's. Your winding journey can be a strength if you allow it to be. It's okay to take a different path, release outside expectations, and reclaim your confidence. You're resilient, you're resourceful, and you're supported. So whether you leap or baby step, remember that you have what it takes. Okay, so the next thing that I want to do here is I want to pull an abundance affirmation card for you. So what is pile 3's abundance affirmation? Okay, it says, I attract wealth and stability by being my authentic self. That's beautiful. Yeah, I do feel like we're a lot more magnetic when we're not trying to be anybody else but ourselves. I think that's one of the easiest ways for us to manifest because there's less resistance there when we're being ourselves. The next thing that I want to do is I want to pull some tea leaf fortune cards for you. So what additional information does pile 3 need to know for their highest and best good? So pale, time to get out of a situation. We have so many cards here. Okay. We have, well, family wishes come true. We have pineapple, reconciliation, and then we have grasshopper, situations in balance that require careful handling. So yeah, I do think that there's a lot of good things on the horizon. I think that you'll find that you're going to be letting go of the things that are not in service to your heart. Maybe you're going to be doing some healing when we see the reconciliation card here, as well as grasshopper card here. The next thing that I want to do is I want to get a book divination from one of my favorite money books. So this is called Think and Grow Rich by Pam Grout. I'll have this linked for you in the description as well. So what additional information does pile 3 need to know for their highest and best good? Okay, interesting. So it says, we learn that nothing can really hurt us. Nope, that didn't kill me. Nope, neither did that. Stephen Colbert calls it loving the bomb, a concept he learned from an improv coach at the Second City, the iconic Chicago institution where he launched his comic career. So it says, it took me a really long time to understand what that meant. It wasn't, don't worry, you'll get it next time. It wasn't laugh it off. No, it means what it says. You got to learn to love when you're failing. The embracing of that, the discomfort of failing. The discomfort of failing in front of an audience leads you to penetrate through the fear that blinds you. All of us are scared of each other, scared to appear foolish, scared to do it the wrong way. He did things that were socially unacceptable things that taught him, hey, it's only my crazy mind that could think there's a problem. So when things appear to be going wrong, give yourself a fist bump, say, thank you, Jesus, thank you, universe, thank you, higher self, whatever it is that resonates with you, and run toward them like they're George Clooney giving you bedroom eyes. So I think that this kind of speaks to like you being able to face fear and you being able to move through that fear anyway, and you feeling a lot more strong and confident and sure and clear when you know that your fears didn't, like, they can't stop you from where you're headed, and you're headed for greatness, pile 3. So yes, thank you so much, pile 3. Please give this video a like if it resonated, comment below with what pile you chose, and subscribe if you haven't already. I noticed that there's still a ton of you out there who are watching who have not subscribed yet, and I would love to have you as a part of this community. So thank you, take care of yourself, and I hope to see you on the next video. Bye, pile 3. Hi, pile 4. Welcome to your general reading. If you'd like to explore my podcasts, shop, or e-courses, check out the links in my description. All of the decks from today's cards will be linked for you in the description as well. Now let's dive in. Okay, so pile 4. The first card that I want to talk about here is the Judgment card. So we have Judgment, and it says Discernment. So with this card, what I see here for you is doing like a self-evaluation as it has to do with your finances, pile 4. I feel like you're going to be doing a lot of reflecting during this time. Like maybe you're going to be asking yourself questions like, what are my finances looking like? Am I investing my time and energy into the right places? What are my financial habits? What are my values and priorities? You know, things like that. Because I wouldn't be surprised if you received an epiphany or an aha moment as it has to do with your finances. You know, maybe, for example, you say, okay, what if I do things in a different way? What if I tried X, Y, and Z, right? Some of you may even feel like you're either going through a spiritual awakening, or maybe you've been through one already. But maybe you feel like this spiritual awakening has brought you many lessons around money and how you want it to work for you. So many of you are going to be exploring and diving into your purpose during this time. You're going to be tapping into the things that light you up inside. And if you've been feeling the call to pursue something, this could come as a reminder to answer that calling. The next card that I want to talk about here is Netcaster, and it says preparations come to fruition. So with the Netcaster card here, this is super exciting because a really positive surprise is coming your way as it has to do with your finances. I feel like things are about to turn out way better than you could have ever expected or imagined. And I feel like this is going to be such an abundant and fruitful time for you that there's not going to be any more wanting. There's just going to be a lot of gratitude for all of the blessings that you're about to receive, and gratitude for the abundance of blessings that are already present in your life. You know, everything that you've been wanting is going to be within reach during this time, pile 3, and things are really going to be feeling in alignment for you and your finances. But I'm also feeling like other parts of your life will be in alignment as well. So like your health and body, your relationships and friendships, your career and personal hobbies or creative projects as well. I feel like the reminder here is to take action and cast your net, right? So it's time to harvest the abundance that you've been working so hard towards for all of this time. And for those of you who are feeling stuck or trapped in some area of your life, just know that you'll be able to get out of this situation, and it's okay to give yourself permission to set yourself free, you know, to exit a situation or to move on to something that is better for your highest and best good. I think that things are going to be feeling a lot more open and free for you during this time, pile 3. The next card that I want to talk about here is Distant Thunder, and it says clear the air. So this is the energy of clearing out the things that are no longer serving your highest and best good. This really represents a renewal in your finances. So for example, if you feel like your home is currently cluttered with stuff and you have the idea to have a garage sale, you'll end up getting rid of the old things and earning money at the same time. It's kind of like this two birds with one stone kind of thing. And I even found that when I did a reevaluation of the friendships that I've had in my life, and when I realized that I had to release specific people, I was able to do so with love. And then I found that new, more aligned relationships flowed into my life instead. So this is really the energy of you making room for good things to come into your life that you deserve, right? This is the energy of you letting go of the baggage that has been weighing you down. So really, a good question to ask ourselves is, What have I been carrying that is not mine to carry? Right? It's time to start putting down some of the responsibilities, especially the ones that aren't even yours to begin with. So, this represents you moving out of stagnant energy and into fresh new opportunities and blessings. Your finances are going to go through a beautiful transformation and rebirth. Okay, so the next card that I want to talk about here is the first quarter moon in Gemini, and it says, Speak your world into being. Okay, so the next card that I want to talk about here is the first quarter moon in Gemini, and it says, Speak your world into being. So when you get this card, it reminds us to ask ourselves, what do I really want in this life? For example, is it financial freedom? Is it the ability to support your loved ones with ease? Is it the ability to take your loved ones with you on travels around the globe and experience beautiful new things? Is it to have the freedom and space to do what you want when you want? Is it the ability to never let money be the reason why you can't do or be or have something? What do you really, really want, pile 4? That is the question that comes with this card. And it's okay to name what we want specifically without shame. Really, there are 8 billion people on this planet, on this earth. And while many of us want similar things, most of us want different things, and it's okay to start normalizing what we desire and not feeling bad about wanting it. So this card brings up the question, do you actually believe that you can have what you want in this lifetime? And if not, why do you doubt it? It's time to start looking at the root of the reasons why we feel like we're not worthy of the abundance and the dreams and the happiness and the blessings that we desire. And it's really time to start believing in our own magic, right? It's time to start speaking the world that you want to create into being, right? It's time to speak what you want into existence, pile 4. And I do feel like it's time to start embodying who you want to be and going after the things that you truly love. Life is short, so don't wait for anybody or anything to give you permission to go after what you love. Start playing with the energy of the feeling that it's already happening. I remember I used to drive through certain neighborhoods that I love and, neighborhoods that made me feel like happy or positive or joyous, right? And I would proclaim out loud with like the wind blowing in my hair that I'm so lucky that I got to buy this house in this neighborhood, around these wonderful people with so many beautiful features and amenities that support me in this community and, my loved ones and my lifestyle. So yeah, I just feel like it's your time to start playing around with the magic that's already inside you. Manifestation can be used as a fun game to attract and receive what we want. And the more fun that you have with it, the better. Because we tend to attract more of what we want when we're feeling good, when we're feeling at peace, when we're feeling at ease. So it's time to make a list of the goals that you have for yourself. Make a habit to start having fun with the manifestation process of each of your goals. But really deeper than that, it's really about you believing that you deserve good things in this lifetime, good experiences, good relationships, good friendships, and an abundance of resources in life that'll help you to feel supported so that you can support others as well. The next card that I want to talk about here is Choose a New Direction. So when this card pops up, it prompts us to ask ourselves, what in my life feels unfulfilling right now? What do I feel is weighing me down, right? What's holding me back from reaching my fullest potential? Like, is it my environment? Is it my self-limiting beliefs? Is it the people that are toxic and that I'm willingly, participating with out of fear? Like, what's really holding me back? Because for those of you who have been feeling the inkling to head in a new direction, it's really okay to trust that feeling and to do what's right for you right now. So if you feel deep down that there is something better for you out there in the world, it's okay to trust that too. So this is your sign to move out of analysis paralysis and get into action. It's time to make a decision and take it step by step. We don't have to climb the whole staircase all at once. We can take it one step at a time. So this is your sign to make a plan of action towards the betterment of you and your future, pile 4. The next card that we have here is the Moonstone card. I will read you what's on the back because the font is a little small. So this says Moonstone. What it is, a shimmering protective talisman for travelers since way back. Moonstone is a dreamy white to peach-hued feldspar mineral for gazers of sky and soul. Who needs it? All of you earth goddesses out there, and the people who you keep around who need to work on their empathy, patience, and intuition. It says where to put it, on your bedside table, in your overnight bag with your passport and eye mask. When to use it, under a new moon, use it to set intentions that align with your purest life-affirming inner child nurturing calling. under a full moon. Moonstone belongs in the bedroom or wherever you get down. Find your natural rhythm. Okay, and the next card that I want to talk about here is acceptance. So the first thing that I'm getting from this card is self-love and self-acceptance. So I do feel like your financial situation is going to improve because you're going to have this ability to tap into this deep level of self-love and self-acceptance. And the more that we accept who we are at our natural state, the easier it is to attract what we desire, right? Because we're feeling at ease, we're feeling at peace, and we are just being ourselves authentically. And so therefore we will, attract those desires that we so authentically want and are working towards. So yeah, I do feel like, I just feel like maybe there's also like this level of like acceptance of like your situation or like your circumstances. And it's not saying that you like have decided to stay stuck anywhere, but it's that you like, you're accepting this reality, but you also are aware that things can change, right? And that you can create this change by changing your mind, by changing your thoughts, by changing your words, by embodying different energy. So yes, way to go, pile 4. And then we have test the truth. So it says, not all of your thoughts are true. You might know that, but do you act on that knowledge? Most of us take our thoughts at face value. We don't question, we don't investigate, it's limiting. Expand your possibilities by asking, how do I know this is true? You may know an answer off the top of your head, you might have to do some research. You may find that a particular thought is simply a story that you've been told or a story that you're telling yourself. They say that the truth will set you free. Make sure you're speaking the truth to yourself. I love that. I feel like there's a lot of like emphasis on like the words that we're speaking, and specifically the words that we're speaking to ourselves. That has a lot to do with how you're going to manifest more abundance in your life. The next thing that I want to do here is I want to get an abundance affirmation card for you. So what is pile 4's abundance affirmation? So this one says, I vibrate at a high frequency. I am energized and inspired. That is a great card. I feel like when you're, at least that makes me think like when you're excited about something, that's also when you're like super magnetic in terms of like attracting more abundance. I'm just thinking about like the kind of vibrational scale of emotions. I don't know if it was Esther Hicks that made that or somebody in the metaphysical, community made like the vibrational scale. Is actually really interesting. Like Google it. Like it's like at the top of the scale is like, I don't know if it's acceptance, but like joy and gratitude and all that kind of stuff. And the bottom, it was like fear, shame. So definitely check that out. The next thing that I want to do for you is I want to pull some tea leaf fortune cards for you. So what does pile 4 need to know for their highest and best good? We have Beau, you are highly thought of. We have Fair Man, dealings or relationship with a man with blonde or gray or white hair. We have Flowers, happiness. And then we have Wedge, someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something, or between something you want. And then it says Grapes, time to go out and have fun. Let's get a couple more. Okay, Dolphin, financial gain, usually coming from something you did in the past. We have Cat, a two-faced friend, and then we have Mountain Road, you are on the road to success. Interesting. So I feel like, okay, with like the Wedge card where it says someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want, and then it says Cat, a two-faced friend. And then I'm looking at clear the air here. I just feel like you're going to be letting go of the things that are really not in service to your heart. You're going to be letting go of the things that don't support you. And with that, I feel like you're going to be cycling in like new abundant energy, right? You're going to be having a lot more fun. You're going to be feeling happiness, right? You're going to get a financial gain, maybe something from something that you did in the past. You're definitely on the road to success. And you're highly thought of. So it's just going to be an abundant time. Remember to clear out the cobwebs, right? That's a part of it, part of the manifestation process. And then the next thing I want to do is I want to get a book divination for you. So this is Think and Grow Rich, one of my favorite books by Pam Grout. I have linked this for you in the description if you want to check it out. Let's find out what else pile 4 needs to know for their highest and best good today. Okay, so it says the Looney Goonie game. Be astonished by useless things. It's easy to be thankful for the obvious: healthy kids, public libraries, strong marriages. But in this game, we're going to take it a step further. We're going to build our gratitude muscle by appreciating the insignificant and impractical: the wild geese cutting giant bees in the blue morning sky, the tambourine guy, Google him, whose YouTube dancing delights the staunchiest of my critical voices, the mischiefs of weeds that sprout through parking lots. So it really is this reminder to do things that are fun, do things that get you into the frequency of joy and gratitude, because those are the things that attract abundance a lot more easily. So thank you so much, Pile 4. Please give this video a like if it resonated, comment below with what pile you chose, and subscribe if you haven't already. I noticed that there's still a ton of you out there who have been watching who have not subscribed yet, and I'd love to have you as a part of this community. So thank you, take care of yourself, and I hope to see you on the next video. Bye, Pile 4.